And the faces. Hello there.
Hello, hello.
Hello everybody. My name is Jarek.
My name is Simon.
I'm the Icon CEO and welcome to our live stream. That's gonna be last one for this campaign, but not the last one ever. So for those of you who are watching us for the first time, please subscribe to the channel. I promise we're not gonna be bombarding you with commercials whatsoever. We not monetize our videos, but it's the best way to actually get the news from us, right? Because every 2 weeks, normally every 2 weeks, I'm running a AMA session where you can ask any type of questions or just hear us and get some news from us about the what's going on with the projects and where we are with the projects and so on and so on. So as always, we're going to start with some questions from the chat. I have small presentation ready, as always. A few slides ready to show you a few things which we already sculpted. One of them sculpt is so amazing that I needed to actually get that and show you, but we're gonna get there just in a sec. And yeah, let me start from the top. Obviously, well, we should say celebrate first of all. Rather, actually, hydrate only, not just a Pepsi.
Cheers. I have my cup over there.
And thank you very much for your support. This is, I think that Devil Slayer is the biggest campaign. This campaign is the largest campaign for Devil Slayer we ever run.
For D&L?
For D&L. Yeah, for D&L. Yeah, that's correct, yes. And it's amazing. It's great because it's a foundation for future development for the D&L. And that's including pre-painted. As you might know from from our AMA, the next step will be pre-painted miniatures, but we will get there at some point definitely. But we're gonna start with those things. But it will allow us to actually develop more product for you in the future.
Worth noting that pre-painted minis are mainly just aimed at casuals, super casuals. So yeah, there's definitely going to still be an audience of people that are going to want to paint their own minis, and the painted version unpainted version is still going to be available. Yeah.
But I mean, hobby product is all hobby product, so it needs to stay hobby product. But thank you for this campaign. Thanks to this campaign, we're going to be able to create even more great things for D&L system and for the miniatures as well. So there's one question from the top which I think I have to answer. This is the just wanted to confirm if I buy add-ons Devil Slayer all in, is that included? Oh, like there's logo which interrupted the moment. So yes, basically something which we just update the page, so you will find that on the page. It says now that if you're going to go for the miniatures, you're also going to get from us PDFs. So that's that. I think it's not necessary to have them because the miniatures require bestiary anyway. So that's there. So have a look on the page.
The PDF will be available. The actual hardcover books, they're available as a separate add-on.
Yeah. Okay, you want to go through questions?
Yeah.
Maybe let's do that way because then I can actually do that here. So the finals. As you might know us, the production, manufacturing, and everything else is happening in-house. It's happening in-house, so we're not gonna wait for anything. We just started work on those, on some miniatures, on the D&L. We already have some miniatures. We sculpted some terrain pieces. Unfortunately, the team didn't have a time to get everything updated on the page because it's been they've been so busy for the last few days. Obviously, end of campaign is always hectic, and especially we have to make so many 2D things. But I don't want to show you a few things at least what we already done, what we scoped. And we're gonna go through that. But I think you have to go through a couple of questions first. So. Let me guess if you want.
So here's one. Hey, I have a question. I backed Tom the board game. Do I get the returning backers gift? Yes. If you backed any of our previous campaigns, then you will receive the returning backers gift, which is the Minotaur.
I think what we have to also mention, you won't be able to see that one in your pledge straight away. There were so many questions, and I think we clarified this one in FAQ. GameFound does not have this feature built in yet. And we have to do it manually. And how we do that, we just compare email addresses from previous campaigns just to see whether you have been back in our campaigns previously. If you're using any other type of email, we will, post the update about that one, and then we will ask you to contact us directly, just then we can actually add it in your reward.
Yeah, so TLDR, you won't see it in your pledge, but we'll just add it directly into your package. Is there a legacy bundle for all 4 enhanced pre-painted terrain sets? No, not at the moment. The price for EC right now is heavily discounted. So I'd say it's the equivalent of purchasing it in a pledge already. And we don't really plan right now to add another bundle for that. The price is already really good, I think.
Yeah.
Can't wait to get back to requesting Sleipnir once the campaign is over. Yeah, I mean, it's still a possibility in the future. I'm sorry it wasn't in this campaign.
It will be in the future campaigns. I think it's gonna be in the next campaign.
Also,
Must be in the second campaign. I'll use my power to actually get that.
Have you considered marketing the terrain pieces as bespoke bases for those of us that focus on miniatures? I know I've used some of the roads as bases for dwarf stone golems, I think that's supposed to say. We don't really... That's not our main audience, I don't believe. So no, we haven't really marketed it towards that audience. I mean, we offer tons of bases in all of our sets. So if you really need bases, I do recommend just grabbing those.
I think what is also important to note, which we haven't shown yet on a page, is that every single set of miniatures will come with bases, and those bases will be aligned to a specific theme, right? So we haven't shown the concepts yet, but you're definitely gonna get scenic bases with our miniatures. That's what we do. This is part of our mission to make sure that miniature from top to bottom is sculpt. So that's including the base, sculpt base, and we've been doing this for years. Yeah.
The Brain and My Beloved Spider Queen going to be regular stretch goals? Yes, they will be. I believe the current plan is to have them as regular stretch goals, and they won't be one per backer. So getting an additional set of stretch goals, you will also get them.
Yep.
Which is a lot of value, for sure.
Hi Archon, congratulations on 2 million, you deserve it. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
thank you for your support. Worm attack. By the way, before the stream started, I was showing the terrain. So just let me just show you quickly again for those of you who just joined. This is the this is everything we are at the moment done with the Prisma cast. So everything you can see here, except the miniatures, obviously, just the terrain pieces are being painted with the machine, with the new process, pre-painting process. I just wanted to show you that one. I would try to do one more round with the camera, but it is iPhone and I have to hold it in my hand and my hand's shaking, so it might shake a little bit. It won't look that much professional, so sorry for that, but I'll do my best to show you zoom in and everything you want to see in more detail if that is needed. A little bit later. Still got like, 2 hours to go through, so we have plenty of questions anyway. So
yeah.
I don't know how many of you will gonna be with us till the end, because of 2 hours is a long. Although the lunch one was actually almost 2 hours, right?
Wasn't it 2 hours 30 minutes?
Oh yeah, 2 hours and a half. So yeah, and it's AMA, so you can ask any questions if you want, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If we don't unlock the Ancient Brain and our Arachnia, please allow us to get them as add-ons in the Pledge Manager, because you'll buy each of them. What do you think about this?
I think about that. We're gonna do something which team hasn't. Let's wait till the end.
Okay, sure.
I don't want to spoil it.
We'll see about it. Basically.
I don't want to spoil. Yes. Let's have a look at that. The one thing about this, the Pledge Manager and what exactly we're going to add into Pledge Manager. The plan is that we're gonna send out the survey. And in that survey, it's going to be quite complex survey. We want to do it before Pledge Manager, obviously. And in that survey, you'll be able to tell us what exactly you would like to see in the Pledge Manager, what type of additional things. And we will act accordingly. So based on your feedback, we will basically add things to the Pledge Manager, right? So it's going to be extremely important to get that feedback from you. I don't think the survey takes more than 5 minutes. There's maybe a number of questions which we normally ask, and then after that one you will be able to tell us exactly what you'd like to see in a Pledge Manager. And there's also very important questions about the campaign, We would like to know how you read the page, whether it was clear read or not, what to improve. It's very, very important for the future campaigns, for our team to actually gain the experience and based on that feedback to get even better.
So tell us, were you shocked at breaking 2 million? I knew we could do it.
Yes, kind of, yes. The expectations based on the number and seeing how the Kickstarter is running currently and the Game Found campaigns, how they're running currently. It's not anymore like a COVID era where they were booming. If you remember, most of the campaigns during the COVID, they were just skyrocketing. The expectation, the target was 1.5, I think, maximum million to reach. We obviously done more than that, but that was a maximum target. Target is always maximum, but that was maximum. So the team did, by the results, looking by the results, the team did extremely good on that campaign. So that's great. That's great.
Yeah, apparently I said at the beginning it was gonna reach 2 million, but I don't remember saying that. But apparently someone reminded me.
Oh, okay.
Which is interesting. I think it was in the first stream we did as well.
Yeah, but after first, what I'm saying is there is how we run the campaigns and before the campaign start. Maybe at some point I will do a little bit more in-depth info and data, and post this campaign we will do that for sure, just to show you the difference between the campaigns and some boring stuff, which I always do at the Ask Me Anything. But in general, there's math behind it, so we always calculated this to see how the campaign go, and then we have to obviously put more work into creating more add-ons and more stretch goals, right? If we see that there is if you put up the campaign over there and you see it's not getting enough sign up into the campaign before the campaign starts, this means there's something is not right with the campaign, or something have to adjust, or we have to do something different in order to actually to even start the campaign. So yeah, but there's a full process which is happening before the campaign, so maybe at some point I will have discussion about that.
I love the effect of the Prisma cast on the Dwarven mines. It's just a shame about the sprue points, joints in painted areas. Yeah, about that. We made it especially so the plastic, it's similar to the Prisma cast color scheme. So even if you do cut it there, it won't be as obvious. But also, please keep in mind all of the newer sets. We have kept this in mind. So the joints are along the bottom of the terrain. So when you do cut it and use it, you won't be able to see them. Yeah,
that's the thing. It's kind of it's a afterthought in terms of pre-painted, because we never thought this technology will be allow us to actually pre-paint sprues. So if we knew that 4 years ago, 5 years ago, we would design them differently. But new stuff is designed with Prisma cast in mind, like Shimon said. Yeah.
I brought 2 pledges together. Do I get 2 sets of stretch goals? I want to do this to save shipping with my friends instead of us individually buying pledges. Yes, you'll get 2 sets of stretch goals, except for the one per back minis. And the only ones right now are the Balor and the Etin. Those are the only 2 one per back minis. But there's also obviously the slime and the Minotaur, which they're free gifts with your pledge.
Yeah.
So technically one per backer, but not really. Sci-fi Prisma cast when? That's a future campaign, maybe.
There's one more question. See. There's a follow-up question just on the bottom here. I think we should be saying some we should say some things. Well, this one, yes.
Got a question for future sets. Will there be a sci-fi set? I love your price point. I was just disappointed with the cost of Starforged. Wonderful product outside my price range, though.
Yeah. So let me just change something quickly. Let me just.
There we go. We're doing it live.
We're doing live. Where do you want it? Here on the bottom. Let's hide it.
Might as well just keep it off screen.
Sorry for that. We haven't tested this one before. Okay, now it's better. I can see full full thingy. Okay, so regarding sci-fi sets, with the Prisma cast, I think the sci-fi with the Prisma cast would be amazing, even much better than the fantasy one, because obviously you have all those light effects and so I've been thinking about it. However, it's not going to be a huge campaign like this one, and it might be kind of soon. But we will be refreshing the stuff we have currently. Maybe add a couple more additional sets for the sci-fi. Now the thing is about the sci-fi: do we need a short walls or we need a tall walls? Because majority of the sci-fi things which we've seen people actually getting from us were for wargaming systems. And the wargaming system, the line of sight is everything. And if we're going to get like, you know, tall walls, it kind of might ruin the experience of playing skirmish games and such. So it's gonna be depending on what exactly, you know, if there is audience. We could send out info and we could see what's the interest kind of, and send email out when we do that survey and see how many people would be potentially interested in sci-fi settings. Yep.
I'm still waiting on cyberpunk stuff, so.
Cyberpunk is not that much. Well, it is sci-fi, but yeah.
I mean, like specifically miniatures, you know.
Oh, that's not require license.
I know.
Like cyberpunk license. Okay, maybe just check.
We need rocky caves ledges as an add-on, where would not only improve the look of the caves and also allow a easy multi-level build. Stalactites on some of them, those hanging from above.
Do we not have some? Not 1 second. Let me just check for next few pages. We have that. No, that's not that. I do believe we have. I don't have a render to show you, but we have something similar, right?
'Cause I believe the question really is the ledges for the rocky caves. They're in the stretch goals and not in the actual set.
Ah, okay.
So they're asking if they can buy additional sprues of that.
Okay. That having been done, well, it needs to be at this stage because some of those elements are pre-painted, if I'm correct, right? So they cannot be on a separate sprue. They need to be exactly on the same sprue where we have them pre-painted. So that might be at this stage not possible. But I did mention this on one of the live streams, the post campaign, because our new store and the new page will be up at some point. We would like to make something which is made to order, which means you will be able to buy a specific sprue from the specific set. And that way will allow you to actually, you know, customize your purchase the way you want. Instead of buying an entire set, you can go for a this or that sprue in the numbers you want. But this needs a little bit of time, and I think from this campaign, anything from this campaign will be available next year once we ship it out to you, and then we're gonna update our store with the case product. So it will happen. It will allow you. We will allow you somehow to get individual sprues to buy separately. Yeah, not like a full set or one tool, because making one tool for a specific set, it's too expensive. I would rather, because then I have to, you know, increase the price for it. It's not huge demand. I would rather to sell you individual sprues instead of actually getting more and have the good price for the sprues, instead of making individual tool, which then we have to leverage the price cost of the manufacturing with the price. So yeah, I hope that makes sense, right? So usually we look at the demand and then we make a call. Yeah, but we will find a way. We already got the solution to this problem, but now we have to implement.
What's been your highest and lowest points during this campaign?
Oh, I don't think we did something wrong in general. I mean, like,
yeah, I think we I think he's more referring to like the funding per hour or like per day. But it's usually like slowest in the middle of the campaign.
No, it was maintained. First of all, we didn't have a problem with commercials.
Yeah, like in Deus Ex.
Right, and Deus Ex was disaster. Deus Ex campaign ran with no ads at all, absolutely no ads. The bank was doing some crazy stuff with our cards, and all of the cards were keep getting blocked, and we couldn't run any ads at all, and it was total disaster for Deus Ex. So for those of you who wants to run the campaign, you have to make sure that, you know, the ads are critical, absolutely critical to run your campaign. That was one of the problems. For this campaign, I was a little bit worried about, that if we're going to start the campaign, we're going to have exactly the same experience we had with Deus Ex. Luckily, that wasn't the case for this campaign, and that's great. I hope future campaigns will also follow the same pattern with not having issues with. Yeah, I think we did. In my opinion, the team did very well. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you notice, we haven't been, except to the last stretch, except to the last stretch goal, we haven't been stretching, you know, the stretch goals God knows how far, because the campaign is doing very well. There was a almost equal interval between the stretch goals. We lowered down a little bit, and then it was a little bit increased. However, it was constantly coming. So this is actually, I think this is the way the campaign should be run, instead of, you know, I did say that a few times here. If the backers opening their wallets, I believe we should do exactly the same. So we have to plan a X amount of additional stretch goal for the campaign. I mean, this campaign we actually added like what, 10, 15 more, or even more. I think more than 15.
We ran out of stretch goals.
We did run out of stretch goals. So as I said, we planned campaign to 1.5 million, and we said, okay, we're gonna give you as much as possible to 1.5, and then halfway through we're just panicking. Okay, we have to, because it's going ahead, we have to do it. Yeah. So you can always count on that one. Whenever we do campaign, whenever we have a good results, we will also provide. Yeah. So we're not gonna be trying to milk you, backers, or you know, like you see on some campaigns.
Can you confirm any add-ons that will be in the Pledge Manager, which were not in the campaign? So encounter sets or unpainted legacy sets or rooms.
As I mentioned, this will be based on the survey. I know there's a few things which we already mentioned. I would like to have like Abomination Vault, the one which is from the Pies. I would like to have other sets available as well. I would like to have maybe some more combined sets of miniatures, if that's possible. Maybe like a pledge or something. We just discussed this one internally. But again, this will be only based on the survey. So once the survey is out, once you provide feedback to us, we will do that. We will adjust this one, that stuff. Yeah.
Okay, we do have to get through these questions a bit quicker because there's a lot of them.
We got 2 hours.
Yeah, but they're coming quicker than we can respond. We're going to be behind in like 20 minutes at this point, at this rate.
Whenever you watch my stream, well, the streams, usually we said, oh, look, it's going to be just 1 hour, and it's usually 2 hours, and I spend talking and talking.
One question: with the pre-painted terrain, can you make the side connectors the same color as the terrain? So there's no grey connectors on brown or dwarven mine for plastic, for example.
That's the plan is. You're gonna get exactly the same color. In fact, you're gonna get a color which is matching the main color theme. Can you change for the camera for a sec? Yeah. Let me show you something. Right. So it's gonna be shaky, by the way. Here we go. So for the caves, it's gonna be brown whenever we're gonna have brown. But for instance, here for the for heroes, we have the light gray, so they blend in perfectly. I don't know if they can hear me, by the way.
Yeah, they can hear you. On the caves color, that's not gonna be the final color, though, is it?
No, it's not. It's gonna be slightly adjusted with the saturation. But in terms of colors, I think we're gonna have to. We plan is for the colors is to give you more colors to pick from, and this will be also based on the what you're going to provide in the surveys. If you want a different shade of colors, we will do that. I mean, for us, it's just basically clicking on the machine, and we need to make sure. Can you just change it for the one here? Why is just one? You know, simply changing the process on the machine, pre-painting machine. But we have to make sure that we can actually somehow control this one when it comes to packing and shipping. We don't want to make mistakes. Yeah, okay, let's move on to next.
Will the cave's Prisma cast be the mustard yellow sent to YouTubers, or the more natural looking depicted in the campaign page? So yeah, this is the
that's the answer.
I just provided. Yeah. So it's like that color is shown there, and the gray.
Ideally, I would like to have 2 colors. We will have to design 3 colors. This color will stay as it is, and then 2 other colors, and from that 2 other colors you will pick one. In the maybe we will run in updates or something like that. You have to bear in mind one thing. This process we've been developing for only 6 months, and from the set to set is getting better and better. So obviously you're gonna get even much better than you see at the moment, especially for caves, because caves were designed a couple weeks ago, and then last week's we've just been tweaking and playing with the way how we pre-painted is actually getting better and better.
I apologize if this has been asked before, but is Prismacast viable for the minis? Yes. We'd have to completely redesign how we handle miniatures.
Yeah.
But yes, it's a possibility for the future. We're not planning it for this campaign though.
I can explore on that a bit. So it is possible for the miniatures, but it's completely different philosophy of designing tools and completely different philosophy of making plastic injection miniatures. However, it is possible, In fact, the next campaign, which we have kind of pre-painted miniatures, well, kind of miniatures, it's the Master of Orion. It's a board game with the ships of different sizes, and we're also going to be offering pre-painted ships there, and that's going to be first benchmark to see how good we can get with the miniatures, and especially some ships are small, like 20 by 20 millimeters. So yeah.
You edit your sub-theme choices in the Pledge Manager. You can actually do it right now, I believe. You will have to press the little tree icon next to your pledge when you go to add it. This is actually quite important. Make sure you don't miss this, because we don't want you to receive the same set 3 times in a row and then write to us asking for us to change it, because it is it is a little bit difficult for us to change it sometimes.
But definitely you can do it in Pledge Manager. What we will do, I think we're gonna, well, before we send out the info about the Pledge Manager, we will definitely let you know what to do, how to do it. So it's going to be full explanation and manual how to do this.
Question about Dosler. Are there any other resources available for backers other than the Bestiary and campaign book? Not that I'm aware of. Obviously we're going to have the RPG supplement for caves in this campaign, but other than those two, I don't believe there are any other resources.
Not at the moment. It's just fresh, new. It's a fresh IP which we developed here. So it will grow. It's going to grow because each of the campaign will need at least a bestiary book. I mean, next campaign, there was a question about next campaign. I believe the next campaign should be 100% miniatures campaign, because we're really good on miniatures as well. So why not? And that will also have the bestiary with some campaign elements in the campaign itself for those, and the wording for those. Yes.
Do you have an estimate how much it would cost me to get more Balrogs?
Not yet. We will do it in the yeah, by the way, just going back to, because there was a question about the add-ons. So those ones which we said, they're quite obvious. So this means stretch goals. People ask for the stretch goals to be available in a Pledge Manager. Yes, the stretch goals will be available in a Pledge Manager, separate purchase. Same for the 1 per backer elements. Yeah.
Yeah, is the train normal stretch goal or 1 per backer? It is normal stretch goal as of right now. I don't think we're planning on changing that either.
No, it won't. It's a 1 per. It's a regular stretch goal. Yes.
Yeah, it's regular stretch goal.
Yes.
So multiple sets, you get multiple trains.
Yep.
What's the next? When's the next campaign, and what are you doing for it? Do we want to reveal anything? Or
I just mentioned about the miniatures campaign. So next campaign will be miniatures campaign. Okay. Once this campaign is being shipped or around about that time. Usually, I did mention this, our campaigns sometimes overlap, and especially towards the end of the shipping of previous plastic injection campaign, because we need another campaign to start producing stuff. So that's how it works. Yeah.
Have you thought about releasing smaller campaigns just for terrain and just for miniatures?
The smaller campaign would be the sci-fi one. If we plan to do anything smaller, it should be sci-fi. I think demand for the sci-fi is there, but I don't know what degree. Especially that sci-fi campaigns. I mean, sci-fi campaign is quite difficult because it's kind of mixed between the skirmish games and the RPG games. Although fantasy is a huge one, the sci-fi is very, very small, very tiny, and you have to get right. You really have to get right this campaign, sci-fi campaign.
Have you considered a retailer pledge for your crowdfunding campaigns? We have managed to get a new local stockist. We get the first order the same weekend, and as this launch, and so it'd be good support. Well, we don't really do we used to do retailer pledges, but we don't do that anymore. But you can contact us for any of our retail stuff. You can contact us, and you can buy them from us wholesale. That way.
But for this campaign, no, we haven't thought about doing any type of retail.
Yeah. So you will have to wait until it releases to retail to get that discount for being a retailer. Will you be able to make curved walls as part of the sci-fi campaign, or stretch goals, or an add-on or something?
Yeah. Now we have kind of technology. We know how it works. We know how to do it. So then we could potentially implement them. They might be a little bit more choppy, because although I don't know, everything is possible, especially in terms of organic. If we design, we have very nice alienish set, which I think is the best seller in terms of sci-fi bits, and that would definitely require some organic curved walls.
Will you be making a war game soon? Yeah, I mean we're planning one right now, but well, we obviously have multiple in the works. But
in one of the Amazon discussed like in depth about the wargaming, and we were not ready a few years ago to start Wargaming. We had no basically team, and manufacturing was mainly focused on doing some other things in terms of a plastic injection. So nowadays we provide to so many Wargaming companies that I think it's about time for us to jump
step into the ring.
Yeah, definitely step into the ring.
Yeah, for sure.
No, well, not to the ring. I mean, we won't be,
It's the Thunderdome of Wargaming.
Not gonna be like, fighting with GW or something like that. Come on.
No, we're fighting for scraps. Yeah. Like GW's like the emperor. Holding like the thumbs up or thumbs down, and then like everyone else is just like
that's what it is.
The gladiators, just fighting for scraps.
Although there is a few, by the way, just the Wargaming things, there's a few IPs which we currently work on. One of the Wargame, which is kind of skirmish game we are currently developing, is with Heroes IP. So that will be the one of the first one, I believe, to release next year. Our currently is planned for the second quarter of 2024, and it's only retail release. It's nothing to do with
second quarter.
Second quarter of 2025. Sorry, second quarter of 2025. We moved from the first quarter to second quarter because we won't be able to do that in the first quarter next year. So yeah, we get in there. So first fantasy, then sci-fi. Then it's also Titanomachy next year. So Titanomachy is our war game with mechs, and the last quarter of 2025 is the Starsight, so the Chrono Shard. Yeah.
Prisma cast props and sprues in the future, please. So props, I believe it's an issue because the pieces are too small. But we'd have to cut them up too small to paint everything, no? Or... No. We didn't want it to do on Prisma cast props because it's so many sprues at this stage. I mean, we probably would be able, because imagine now pre-painted 20 sprues, we would have to charge you, a lot more, really a lot more, for entire pre-painted set. Okay, so that's the thing. However, this process, as I mentioned, we are getting there. It's getting quite well. And we will scale it up. Once we scale it up and we can actually get sprues cheaper in painting process, we will be able to do that. Yeah. So we just limited to some numbers just to show you we are able to do that, but not for everything. Yes. Yeah. Can I ask, how much does making a tool cost, and how many sprues do you need to sell to start making a profit?
So the internal cost, I would say, is $7,500. This is how much we have to invest. Kind of, yeah. I mean, this is what we charge external customers. So effectively, this is the cost in general. So how many sprues we have to sell it to break even? Obviously, depend on a sprue price. So in some of the cases, we could potentially break even after 1,000 copies. If we get obviously 7.5, around about $8 per sprue. But you can calculate quite easily how much we make in profit on the sprues from those. It is investment as well. So it is investment, which means that manufacturing is a quite chunk of that. But what we left with, once the campaign is sent over, we left with the tools, and we can use those tools to make more products and sell them in retail. So kind of it is a huge investment on our part to get that done. It's a huge deal for you because you pay a little bit for it, but then we also left with tooling for retail.
Okay. How come Abomination Chamber or Abomination Vaults isn't available as an add-on? It will be, or probably, or maybe in the Pledge Manager. So you can look forward to that then.
It is not because it's a license. Abomination Chamber, it's a license terrain, and we having chat with Pies about this one to add it into Pledge Manager. Okay.
Can you add the pre-painted sprue from the stretch goals to the order in the Pledge Manager? Just the pre-painted stuff?
That is a good call. That is a good call. We will leave it to survey. If there's gonna be more requirement for that, we will do that. So yeah.
This campaign needed ladders and scaffolding.
Yeah. Well, requirements, there was a plenty of requirements of many things. Yeah. Scaffolding, I would agree with, yes. Maybe for the next campaign. Although, if we do our scaffolding, we did have discussion internally, we will have to at least remove one, well, would be instead of one of the sub-teams. So we would rather go for the sub-team at this stage, yeah.
Any surprises during the delivery? I mean, some hidden things, maybe small but nice unexpected things?
Usually get more stuff from us. Usually there's a few things like you're gonna get inside the package. I mean, we try to put as much stuff on the tooling as possible. So if there's some room left, especially for terrain, you're probably going to find more. Definitely not less.
Yeah. I mean, we do also usually add sample packs, but I'm not sure if we're going to be doing that again.
Not necessary. We did sample packs when we wanted to get news out there about new stuff which is coming. So in the past we had before Deus Lair, when we were shipping the previous campaign, which was encounters, we were adding like miniatures, not miniatures. What was something else for Deus Lair?
No, it was miniatures.
Oh, it was miniatures.
It was the 3 set of miniatures.
Yeah, but this time around, this campaign has got so much variety. You got like really great miniatures. You got really great other stuff, and I think we could potentially, yeah, that won't be necessary unless we're gonna do something like different.
Can we quickly check the page, because I'm a bit scared we're gonna pass the stretch goal. We're not even gonna notice.
No. I'm enjoying this. Okay, that's the page.
Oh,
no, we still a little bit yeah, we still about there.
There's an hour and 30 minutes left, so
I wanted to show you some things we already scoped. We're gonna flick them through and then we can come back. So the chair, you haven't seen the chair, right? And then we have this pit over there. Then we have a sarcophagus, like a dwarf king sarcophagus, and the traps. So that's the final render, basically. This is the final what we scoped, and this is what you're going to be getting in the tools. That's quite tricky to make, but I think we're going to get there quite easily, like overgrown things. And they actually combine with 4 pieces. You can use them as a separate elements, or you can use them as one large element. That's the archers we mentioned on one of the live AMA stream. Oh, that's the big one. I want to show you this. This is the one I wanted really to show you. Let me just clear it. So that's the gate. And before you ask the question, I've got the answer. Yeah, this is fully functional gate. So that's also already scoped. Let's go through the questions before we move on to the presentation.
Any chances we eventually have pre-clipped products, at least for terrain, or a way to recycle everything, the leftover spruce?
We still, there was a plan for that with this campaign. However, there's so many changes in the process, and especially with the painted, I was a little bit worried that everything, you know, will not fall apart like a House of Hearts, or House of Cards. Sorry, that's how it should be. But it will be next step in evolution. Next step in evolution is to make everything sprueless. I did record the video how it works, because I've got one tool tested. We've made one test tool, and it was working perfectly. But as I mentioned, it's a huge step, and I'm a little bit worried that we're not going to be able to do for every single tool which we design for this campaign, which means there was a risk of, you know, delaying campaign. So no, not yeah.
How many orders from the last campaign are left to ship? I'm still waiting on my shipping confirmation.
800.
There you go, 800.
Less than 800.
Yeah, so we should be done with that very
Actually, it's going to be less than 100 because we shipped today another 200. So
that's 200. There you go. Very good. Yeah, definitely. You can look forward to getting an update soon on that. Will the caves connectors include pegs to go into and hide the empty holes, or just the wall and double connectors? Yeah, they have the normal connector sprues which have the pins in them, so you can just use them. Will we be able to upgrade pledges? Yes, in the Pledge Manager you will be able to upgrade your pledge, but please keep in mind you're only able to do this if your pledge is still open. If you close it and pay for shipping, you won't be able to upgrade your pledge. If you add anything after that, it'll create an entirely new pledge, and you'll have to pay for shipping again, which can be quite expensive.
Yeah.
will the different sets of miniatures be available in store after the campaign? Everything will be probably eventually released to retail, yes, but this will be after the campaign is delivered.
Yeah, so we follow the normal process. We've been doing this for years. Nothing goes to retail till it's actually sent out to backers, especially those there. So you're gonna get first, and then eventually the miniatures will go. Like we're now going to finish. We're about to finish shipping those there, and everything from the Deus Lair in the next quarter will go into, not everything, but some of the portion will go to retail, to our store online as well. Yeah.
You make it so the two different train fronts are easily interchangeable, so that they don't have to be glued in place and can be swapped.
That's the option. That's the that's something for our blue book, black book. So yeah, my team is actually here, so they will take note.
Planning on offering older D&L sets in Prisma? Yeah, I mean that's the current plan. We are releasing some of our older sets in this campaign as well.
Yeah.
And pre-painted, and we will be continuing to release them. As for which sets, probably the most popular ones.
Yeah. Also, multi-sets, large sets. I think something we haven't done it in the past was like we've been releasing a small sets, and we're thinking this is the option, but apparently much better. It's much better for our release to do for our retail to actually do the large releases. So I think the team already planned something for the next couple of months to actually do that. Yeah. I want this big tower. We release a large tower, and I think that needs Prisma casting treatment.
Are there future plans to release a miniature line based on generic, all the fantasy creatures like wolves, goblins, skeletons, but also specific ones like ice demons and banshees? D&L Monster Manual, please.
That is the next campaign. The next campaign is very generic, and the next campaign will be all about the generic miniatures basically, and our version of cool minis. That's the next step. Yeah.
Gonna undercut all the competition?
No. There's a space for everybody on this market.
Well, there's space for GW and us.
Like you.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. After taking another look at the base theme sets, I'm a bit bummed out that the Rocky Caves have no ledges at all. Some rock-only ledges would have been really cool. Yeah, so there are some in the stretch goals. I don't know if we're going to offer more, like as an add-on at this stage. We'll have to see, obviously.
Yeah.
It's something that, is highly sought after. Congrats, our home team. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Is there a way to get the Elven Woods paper map other than the retail version? Even a digital copy would be good.
We haven't provided digital copy. It's only retail at this moment. Yeah.
Okay, so there you go. Having backed on the basis of how cool the themes and sub-themes are, I didn't dig too deep into how the stretch goals work. Will we need to add those in the pledge manager, and what will they cost? No, they come free with any pledge tier you choose. So even if you choose the, I believe it's the Prospector pledge is the lowest pledge tier?
Yes.
Yeah, so if you purchase that pledge tier, you will get everything. Obviously, the higher tier pledges, they have better discounts on all the core sets and sub-themes.
And if you're confused, it might be confused because we were mentioning that the pledge manager will have stretch goals, and then you can buy additional sets if you want additional sets. So the one set is for free, you're gonna get with this campaign, and then if you need more, you can get more.
Can I make an extra Discord channel for the community so you guys can make a skirmish game for Deus Lair for us?
Go for it.
I mean, yeah, sure. I'll look into it. See if I can sort out a space for you guys. Page needs to be refreshed. Your data's outdated by a bit. F5. Oh, is that the case? Really? Let's have a look at the.
Let me do it.
No, I've got it. See, there you go. Oh yeah. Oh, we already passed it.
Jesus.
Yeah, you guys are right. Actually, we already passed it.
Okay, because I was not refreshing the page.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
why.
it wasn't refreshing automatically.
Okay, that's great. Are we just getting to smash all this? Come on.
Yeah, it's only 34,000 left of the ancient brain. I think we're gonna make it.
I think we're gonna make that. I'm pretty sure we're gonna make that.
It's gonna be close for the Spider Matriarch, but
yeah, but you know, distance between them is not that big. We wanted to make it anyway. We did that model, very similar model in Encounters, and it wasn't it wasn't doing the justice basically. So we decided to, you know what, we need that model, but much better. F5. Yeah, that's true. We haven't been F5ing the page, so that is amazing. That is amazing. Let's go back to, oh, that's iPhases. That's the unboxing, and that's the thingy. We just change it. Okay. Right. Let's go. Let's move on for more questions. GW has Golden Demon. That was a good question.
Maybe Archon will have Golden Dragon or something. That's worth considering. Yeah. My goblins will live in a gated community. That's pretty good.
That's true.
Will the wheels on the train be movable or go along the track, or will it be static?
I think we discussed this one. I think they need to be static. I'm a little bit worried that if you're gonna make them movable, they're gonna be too complicated to for assembly. So I think they're gonna be static. However, they are the train wheels, so they not concave. How they say?
They're parallel.
Yeah, no, they kind of you know what I mean. So even if you move in the curve, it's gonna be still fine. Still should be fine. Yeah, we're gonna be tested that one anyway to the bits. And you know, even if we do movable wheels, you have to bear in mind they sit on a plastic and there's a friction on the plastic. So even if you move them, most of them will just slide instead of spinning.
Would sprueless not make pre-painting easier? Probably make it more difficult now.
We would sprueless. No, actually, I would say easier.
Really?
The only one thing which is more complicated is that instead of loading machine with the sprues, which takes just literally a few seconds, we'd have to load machine with individual pieces, especially for, you know, things. And yeah, pros and cons. We can get more pieces on the machine. However, the loading time takes a little bit longer. Yeah, but I think it's much even easier, because if something goes wrong with painting on a sprue, entire sprue needs to be repainted again. By the way, if we misprint, we can print it again on the same sprue. It doesn't cost not whatsoever. It just the paint layer is it's still good in there. But if you misprint something on one individual piece, it just basically, you know, leave it for later to yeah.
Not sure if you answered. Will Pledge Manager also be game found? Yes. Everything is being run on game found, including the campaign and the Pledge Manager.
Yeah.
So you won't have to have credits like you don't have credits on like some other page. What you see right now, what you're paying for, is what you'll have in the Pledge Manager.
Exactly.
The like button working, been at 32. Have you tried refreshing the page? I know that sometimes YouTube likes to rate limit likes and views as an anti-bot procedure.
Yeah.
Competition breeds excellence. That's very true. Yeah, Rocky Ledgers seem like a very common theme on here in the comments, so it's worth a look. Yeah, definitely. I do agree there.
Yep.
The number of mains for the next campaign is equal to Deusler or less. 300 minis is huge.
I think I plan to do something else this time around, because one of the issues with Deusler campaign is that we have a core sets, and this time around I don't want any core sets. I would rather have just the sets. So we will design like 10 different sets, and each of the sets will have from 5 to maybe 10 individual miniatures roughly, and then you can pick any of them in any number you want. So if you want to go just for the army of Skeletos, go for it. You can get or army of zombies, or, you know, such miniatures. Then yes.
I think an issue was that there were a lot of like different factions as well in the core set. It was kind of like, well, there was a lot of different factions in general. there was like a really big mixture of all sorts of inspirations and whatnot.
Yeah.
Which
so
does make it more difficult.
So you may expect a lot of minis, lots of designs, and then you can pick many of them anyway. So the same. But I think the again the big value will be as always in the stretch goals. Stretch goals of usually they, thanks to you, because most of the campaigns go in huge numbers, so we can actually we are afford to give you more.
Do you have any of the sub themes to show off pre-painted or even hand painted? Right now we don't have them in plastic. We only have the 3D sculpts ready. Once they're ready in plastic, then we will get to showing off.
I do have some hand painted, but some samples just to show how we can actually get there. But unfortunately, I'm not ready. I'm not prepared, and they're somewhere in the box. I'm just looking at the box, and don't worry, it's gonna take me too much time to. Okay. So stay tuned on that one. I think the next step for us is basically do those sprues. I need sprues. Once I have sprues, we will pre-paint entire set and show you exactly how everything looks.
Are there more plans on releasing half-height sets along the lines of the Dwarven Mines and Abomination Bolts?
Yes, but not for this campaign. And if we're gonna do that, it's gonna be mixed of sprues for the retail. And that's something we discuss internally. That would be great to actually have maybe some more half walls and maybe some bigger sets and stuff. Yeah.
You ever want to make more miniatures for display painting, like 75mm, for example? Or do you only want to focus on wargaming miniatures?
Definitely, we're not in the business of actually, long time ago, we almost went into business with a Warner Brothers, to make some huge, large miniatures for display. And we had a contract, not signed, but we had a contract from them, and we were almost getting there with plastic injection, large, massive thingies, for display. But we decided not go to because A, we don't know nothing about this industry at all. B, we were not sure whether there's demand for that.
I'd say it's quite lucrative, actually.
Could be not. We don't know.
Have you seen some of the prices that like anime figures go for example? Like
yeah, but they're not on a sprues. Then you have to just paint them and assemble them. That's the thing.
There are some that paint and assemble. Yeah. But yeah, the thing is, you have to price it absurdly high. Like for it to actually be worth it. Because
we have a very nice model scope, Superman with some other character for that. And as an example, what we could potentially do, but we decided to we back out from that deal, and as I mentioned, we had absolutely no idea what we're doing back then with this idea, just because we had no experience, no customers even, and so on. So we decided not to go. It was too risky for the business to move with that avenue. Yeah, but are we going back there? I don't think so. I don't think we're gonna go back to anything like miniatures models. Maybe when we do like full round, and maybe at some point.
Any chance of seeing Stronghold, Spy, or Tavern in Prismacast in the Pledge Manager?
The Stronghold, that's the one. In the Pledge Manager, I don't know. Again, it will be based on the survey. We will send out the survey just before the Pledge Manager. I mean, not just before, but at least a month before the Pledge Manager, just to collect the data from you. And if there's going to be huge requirement for that one, we will add it in. But then there needs to be a requirement, right? Because we kind of not going to be, you know what I mean. It's a huge commitment for us to do something which is just like bespoke, and you're gonna cost more money to actually make it than we're gonna make it from selling it to you.
The Spider-Man miniature looks amazing. Could we discuss changing base size from 50mm to 75 to reflect intended gameplay? This is for 5e.
Is that model should be on 75? If that model should be on 75, it will be on 75mm model, a millimeter base.
Yeah, to reflect like the actual size for the stat line and everything.
Yeah, so same goes for the size of the miniatures and models. What you see is, okay, Balor will make a little bit bigger than it should be, theoretically. I mean, depending how the wings will be standing out. But in general, we always try to align with what is out there for the tabletop RPG systems. So, and most of the tabletop RPG systems following the same numbers, so it will be adjusted accordingly. Yes.
I know if I do stretch pay now, I'll have to pay at once for anything else I had in the Pledge Manager. will I be able to add things in the pledge manager more than once, or is there just a single opportunity to add more? Yeah, you can add any number of times in the pledge manager if you keep paying that upfront cost while your stretch pay is running. Can I add the funds for an additional set of stretch goals right now, or do I have to wait for the pledge manager? So technically yes, but it's I wouldn't recommend it.
No, neither do I. Just wait for the pledge manager, and then when the price is set, you will know exactly how much it is, because then it's complicated. If you add too much and then you won't be able to spend it, we're gonna have to refund it, and it's really complicated.
Yeah. Could you add thematic goblin / demonic bits and bobs for training to make it multi-purpose? Sorry. What do you think about this? Add props for the train.
Oh, that sounds good. It sounds good. That sounds good, actually. This is something which team needs to look into it, because yeah, I will leave it this one with my team.
Well, there you go. You might have said this, but when do you ask about people about a suggestion box? Yeah. So on the Discord, there's like multiple. There's a forum there where you can leave suggestions. So I definitely recommend heading there and leaving your suggestions. I do go through everything. There's a lot to read, and if I do see any really cool ideas, I do forward it to the team a lot. So yeah, definitely head over to our Discord, and you can leave suggestions there.
Just because you might not know as much, but most of the campaigns we run, I would say maybe 50% of the ideas we put in the campaigns are coming from backers and from you. Yeah, it's not like we decided here because we think we should do that. We decided this to make stuff because of you telling us to do it. So we always keep saying the same. Please, drop comments, and we will do that. We will do. If there is some huge demand, we can see repeated requirement for something, we will do it.
I second having the Spider-Man shark at 75mm.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll definitely look into it. For the new mini campaign, I'd love to see holiday sets like Krampus, Halloween Witch, Chinese New Year Dragon, and maybe some mobs to go with them. We'll see. But that's the thing with Prisma Cast. It allows, if we do manage to get it down for the miniatures, we can make temporarily thematic sets and release them. For Christmas, like a small miniature set, just like pre-painted in a different way. I think that'd be pretty cool. Further plans for more full-sized ships. Would love to see Starjammer type ships.
You requested some, right?
Yeah, well, this was kind of like my request to make a modular ship, which you can either make it like a normal sailing ship or an airship, and you can have use the parts to make like multiple smaller ships or like one large ship. I think that'd be really, really cool to have, and it's definitely something to look forward to in the future.
Yeah. Is Reaper miniature ship discounted, or is still available? Can still buy it?
I think it's available for $200 right now.
How much?
200. So you can get two pledges for that here on our campaign.
I guess this is the. How about the campaign, which is all about pirates? How about a campaign which is all about ships and pirates? I
mean, the campaign idea that I would like to, I kind of suggested was one for a port. So how about like a port? It's inspired by like Kulturas or Booty Bay from WoW.
A pirate island. So maybe not well.
I think a port would be like easier to just ground the concept of the entire campaign in, and have miniatures for that as well as like a ship. And maybe some terrain for that as well, I think would be nice.
Because this idea for the campaign with the ship, I mean, it's growing on me. But there needs to be,
But yeah, I would also like to see more like generic sets as well, like so just useful ones.
You
don't
have to think about type of encounters in this type of campaign. Most of the campaigns which we develop,
it writes itself.
Yeah. Okay.
You're going to be doing all future campaigns on GameFound. Feels much better than Kickstarter to me.
Yes. So
we signed a contract with them, didn't we?
We signed a contract to actually do all the campaigns this year at GameFound, so they give us a little bit of hub. I think we will stay on GameFound. That's what they want. The primary is basically stretch pay. I think we make lots of great things, right? But to the level of some of the things, if you want anything, it is kind of expensive. I would even say it's kind of some of the things like the big pledges, right? They might be a little bit expensive. And I think allowing you to go and pay in 3 installments or 4 installments when you wait for it, it's fair on the backers, and it's totally fair on the creators. I think every single campaign should be run like that, right? Because maybe not with us, but for other campaigns like other companies, which they not here anymore. If that was the case, they wouldn't be running campaigns because So I think this is completely fair. You can see how we develop things, and you pay equally every month. And if something happening, like the creator doesn't deliver at least updates, doesn't show you the progress, you can stop that payment. You don't have to spend $500 and then, oh my goodness, I just throw at you 500, you disappeared or something, right? So I think this is great feature on GameFound, and I'm waiting for Kickstarter to do something like that. But there's more things on GameFound which I like done on a Kickstarter at the moment. So we will stay on a GameFound at this stage. Yeah.
I will say, if anyone from GameFound is listening to the stream, please update the update interface. It is so awful. It is such a pain to use.
Yeah, but what's great is about GameFound, they're actually adding more and more features into the backend. So for the creators, especially for the creators, which is great, and they also listening to us. So they listen to any type of feedback we give them, and most of the stuff we already gave them a feedback they've been implementing.
I hope they listen to me too.
By the way, we were the first company ever to do a pledge manager on GameFound.
Oh, really?
Yes, we were the first company. Well, after the obviously Awakened Limbs, which they own the GameFound, but we were the first company. So yeah,
that's cool. If you get that Toho license and make some kaiju models, that'd be awesome. Yeah.
I don't know. We can do that with I looked the other day on the tools made in Japan. Oh Jesus Christ! We're so far away. We're so far away. So behind, man. I don't know how they make them in Japan, but it's completely different level. So yeah.
Yeah, I do really like how open Toho is. But it's actually getting the license. You're gonna have to reach out in Japanese, which it's a difficult language. I can say that much. It used to be completely open to everyone, but now you do have to reach out if you are. If you're making like a free-to-play game, you can still do stuff on your own.
That is correct. Yes.
Toho license is cool. I like a lot of the music that people make for it too. Anyways. Are streets likely to be in the pledge manager? Probably no. I don't think so.
I think the streets are available in the what's the name?
It's in retail, but I believe he's probably looking for like the pre-painted version for the streets.
Again, survey.
Yep. So in the survey,
if there's X amount of people in the survey asking for the same, we will do that. So if you say to us, Archon, I need XYZ, do it, and then I've got 10 people, 15 people saying that, this means the demand is bigger than that, we will do it.
I think we were talking about 2 different Toho licenses. Never mind.
Okay.
Does Loth have a defined 5e stat block? Yes, she will. It's on the page. She has an icon for the RPG supplement. So yeah, she will have her own stat block and everything, as well as list of abilities.
Yeah.
That you will find in the book. When you created this campaign, did you think of the dungeon crawler games like Shadows of Brimstone? Not necessarily. The thing is, our squares, they're based on like 30mm squares, whereas I'm pretty sure the standard is 25mm. So you will have to work a little bit extra to get it to be compatible, but I do think it's worth it.
More closer to 1 inch. I think the whole idea was about being very close to 1 inch because of at the end of the day most of the measurement it was done in 1 inches kind of. But You think with smaller squares like 25 nowadays, when the miniatures used to be 28mm miniatures, so much smaller, and much less bulky, was actually great to use. Nowadays, most of the miniatures you're going to find or buy, they're usually 32 heroic scale, so they're going to, I don't know, almost 38mm tall minis, some of them. It's quite difficult to play on a small things. However, saying about the D&L and using for the board game, there is a board game I wanted to have, and it's about making a board game similar, not similar, but kind of dungeon keeper style board game, right? Where you, your team, your friends, you play and you build this dungeon on the go, right? And I have even designed a clip for that, which allows you to slide in the bits and bobs for the dungeon, right? So you can explore the dungeon, replace the walls and build rooms, and you know, there's a tons of props. So we have designed this game, but back then the idea was that we didn't know that we are gonna be doing any type of pre-painted. So back then we wanted to make that game just to be with the color-coded tiles. So we make some of them in normal plastic, some other one in, you know, red plastic, blue plastic, whatever. We could do that way. But now with this deck, I think the possibilities are open to go back to that idea and see what we can do with it. Yeah. I mean, there is the things I don't want to. There is a large IP which other team and other company works on, and they've been in touch with us and asking questions for making terrain for them as well. That would be also interesting. But I think I would like to see the D&L being played on used for many systems.
We need more scenery in Dosla's world: forests, slavery pits, Turtle Island, flying isles, and deserts. Yeah, for sure. Definitely look into it in the future. Love the ship theme campaign. Yeah, definitely. I also really like it.
Mortal Engines minis would be cool. That's a good idea. You know Mortal Engines? You watched that movie? You don't know that movie?
No, I don't.
Yeah, but in the sci-fi, in the fantasy version.
Any way to cancel the stretch pay? Yes. Well, you don't really cancel it. You just pay it off fully because you're able to pay it off.
So you can manually pay it off, or you can pay like 2 installments and then pay it off straight away. So legacy sets, there is a date when we're gonna be shipping, so you don't have to jump and pay it off straight away. You just simply wait until we're going to announce, oh look, legacy sets are being now, and we can actually start shipping them, which then allows you to you know, pay it off and then get the legacy set. So yeah,
let's have a quickly look at the page, see how we're doing now.
I guess you have to.
Oh yeah, 13,000. We're really closing in on the Elder Brain. We've got like 53 minutes left. I think we may reach it. I think we may be able to reach it. We've got 52 minutes left. So we're definitely getting there. 13,000 to the Elder Brain.
Yep. You change for the one. Let me just have a mouse for a second. Sorry. Do I have any more stuff to show you? Oh yeah, traps. So let's change the screen. That one was getting boring.
Yeah.
So the traps already sculpted. You can see, and I cannot wait to see them pre-painted, because they're part of the pre-painted set as well. Something. So those things we're gonna be showing you. You're gonna see them anyway.
Will the Ball's Gate grow as the battle has grown?
I think it's no, it won't. I think it won't. We're gonna leave it as it is. I do have as a last slide, which I'm gonna go there just in a sec. It stay as it is. However, there's something I wanted to show you. It's that it's got lots of different bits and bobs. It's not like yeah, it's not modular, but you can actually attach all those things which we sculpt there.
Yeah, GameFound needs a detailed overview of payments you've made, definitely. It can be a little bit confusing sometimes. I would love a feudal Japan-style room set. It would go perfect with all my Zombicide White Death stuff. I will eventually get next year. I have seen like one campaign go for the terrain like that. Might be worth looking into. But if we do make feudal Japan, I think it would be a lot more worth going into like in general like a more mythological stuff for like feudal Japan. Because there's a lot of really cool creatures you can add in there. Not sure if you went through. Will crystal stretch goals be available in other colors as an add-on? I don't think we have plans for that right now.
If you need, well, if you think about a pre-painting, but if you don't think about a pre-painting, you want to be painting by yourself. There's lots of different paints like inks, which allow you to actually change the color of clear plastic to any color you want. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to use the clear bit of the clear plastic.
Yeah.
You say she's in the book. Apologies. If she is unlocked, then she will be added into the book. That's how it is. Yeah, sorry for that. I'd absolutely love to see a grand spaceship in Prismacast. With the top of the ship, you can open like roofs inside that has the fantasy terrain sets with different rooms like the spaceships. That'd be cool. Kind of reminds me of the Lego sets in Star Wars. The Lego Star Wars sets, they're really cool. Next campaign, have you considered vampire hunters for one of the boxes?
No, but there would be portion of what we wanted to add. There was a portion of we wanted to add. Either it was a heroes or something like that, right? Like a models. On top of normal miniatures, this means like encounters. We always add something else additionally. It's like we did in the first campaign, companions. I mean, this campaign will need something else additionally. Maybe answer this question.
Yeah, question is Balor 1 per account or 1 per stretch goal package? It's 1 per backer. So even if you do have multiple packages of stretch goals, you will only get 1 for the account.
But if you need more Balors, you will be able to buy more in Pledge Manager.
We love to play Descent, but we would need half fields. So end or corridors with 1 by 2 square parts. Is this possible as an add-on? Not at this moment in time. We probably could think up of some kind of solution with like a lot of engineering and thought into it, but it's not on our radar at the moment.
I don't really want to do it as well, kind of, because the way how everything is being connected. So you have this clip which goes in the middle of the 60 by 60 millimeter tile. So that clip goes there, and then if you want to make like 1 times 2, it will kind of extend, but you won't be able to make a straight corridor because you won't be able to attach to any of the sides of the clip.
I mean, you just need like completely different pieces, like different terrain clips. Even.
Yeah, we did try something else this time around. So we're testing this, and we will see how it. Well, by testing it, I mean we have incorporated something similar, and one of the sets
7K off.
Off
6.5 from the Elder Brain.
Okay. So where we are here. We need to look at the subteams. That's what it is. So one of the subteams, specifically this one, is got that tile here, which goes, as you can see, this is 1 by 2, right? One. It connects here, but connects only with that one, and this one extend and connects with normal size tile here.
This is something I suggested at the beginning of the campaign. No?
Yeah, it's like a transition piece to connect that one, and then you have 2 or 4 of them, and you use the same on other side to connect again. You have to bear in mind that we're kind of engineering everything, and that's what I want to stay with, the engineering spectrum. This means if I build a... Let me show you. Camera run. I hope you're gonna be able to hear me. So we want to make everything to work together as it is here. So every single set, this is like multiple sets combined into one big chunk terrain. And in order to do that, we need to make sure that we have those tiles are just properly engineered, right? So if we do something else out of this, it might cause people to be a little bit confused when they assemble. If you have one tile which is out of, this 60 by 60 square, then it might not be aligned with the terrain. So, Jesus, sorry, apologies for that. So you would if you add something else to this set, like which is out of tiling, you wouldn't be able to assemble that way, that we have one entrance, second entrance, third entrance, and so on, because everything will shift either right. So that's the reasons why I don't want to redesign or add anything else, and that is what you see on the screen for the something we're gonna be doing. And yeah,
it seems like a lot of people do like the idea of report.
Can you get PayPal put on your web page at all? We had PayPal a long time ago, and then PayPal decided to be a not very pleasant.
I mean, we have PayPal in this campaign.
No, this campaign is PayPal, but this PayPal belongs to GameFound, which GameFound operates it like kind of like normal payment. We had PayPal on our page, but PayPal decided to block long time ago block payments from our account with no reason whatsoever. We had no claims, nothing. They just decided to do that. I mean, you probably heard that many stories. So, and then later on they said, oh look, we're gonna be just, you know, locking your 50% of your money you had there and then releasing after 30 days. I mean, we asked the question why, what's happened, and they said, well, that's our policy. So at that point we decided not to go with PayPal. I know they changed that policy long time, well, about last year, but we didn't want to go back to PayPal anymore, or what they did. So unfortunately not at this stage. It was stressful. I mean, for what reason? There was no reason to do that, but they decided to do that just out of the blue. And we are not the only one. I know the Awaker Limbs had a huge problems with PayPal in one of the campaigns when they ran the pledge manager. So so we're almost there with the brain.
Just to make sure, am I able to add complete pledges in the pledge manager? Right, going for the King of the Mountain right now. Might get hungry later on. Yes, you are able to add a complete pledge right now, and also another one in the pledge manager. Of course. Yeah, if you close your pledge in the pledge manager, you won't be able to add more. If you add more, then you will just be creating a new pledge at that point. So yeah, make sure you add everything you want to add before making a new pledge.
Yeah.
Looking at the stretch goals, there's a lot of crystal stuff. It got me thinking, would it be possible for a gemstone cavern set in the future? Yeah, in the future, yeah.
Oh well, I'm gonna be testing crystal clear dungeons anyway, maybe for the pledge manager. This dungeon set is easy to, we can easily make it crystal clear.
Yeah. I did from next minis campaign themes related to creatures that live underground, like dwarves, gnomes, dark elves. Illicits, yeah. It's, I think I should be.
So my idea was like we will have like 10 different sets of different type of minis, and then they're going to be combined with a the different teams. So if you looking at the dwarves, yes, one of the options is dwarves. The other option is, you know, different type of encounters. So you might expect that. Yeah.
Yeah, there are so many interesting yokai and you don't need a license to use them. Yeah, I agree there. So yeah, definitely tons of ideas in the future. You can make a slideshow of all your models popping up. Use you guys' chat. It'd be cool to see each model. That's a good idea.
You could make a slideshow of all your models.
Will Balor's weapon be interchangeable with magnets? If you decide to add it in, like you'll have to work a bit to be able to do that, but not really, no.
I mean, you can do it by yourself.
Yeah, if you do it by yourself, then yeah.
Yeah, but we're not planning to do that.
We update our pledge in the pledge manager. Does that add to the stretch goals target? No, it's only what's during the campaign. Like the amount funded during the campaign. That's the only thing that contributes to unlocking stretch goals.
Or is it?
Or is it? Okay, well, never mind then.
Okay, because we are at this question, so I'm happy to say something. If we're not gonna get there, we're definitely gonna be counting whatever is in a pledge manager. I think we can say clearly that the Spider Mama will be unlocked.
Okay, well, don't kill the hype now.
I just needed to, because you just answered no, and yeah.
Okay, well, there you go,
okay,
guys.
There you go. Spider Mama will, you know, I want that model for myself, so kind of I've got the power to say we're gonna make it, so yeah.
Oh, there you go. Oh, we just passed 6,000 backers as well. That's very nice.
That's it. We have the
yeah,
brain unlocked.
Brain unlocked. Well played.
Still got 40 minutes left of the campaign, so. 6,000 backers. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you for your support and thank you for backing the project. It's our what, 13, 14 project, right? Our 14
Probably up there, yeah. So if the pledge is closed now, you don't close your pledge now. Your pledge can only be closed in the pledge manager. Right now you're just placing your pledge, but it's not closed. You close your pledge once you provide your address and you pay for shipping.
Yeah, which will be in the pledge manager later in the year. Yeah, I think I said we're gonna be contributing anyway the pledge, but I think in that 30 minutes we should be able to get that 25. We will see. But brains. Yep.
Hello, question for the Delslayer Bestiary. I noticed it doesn't include your dragons from previous campaigns, but they are included in the Delslayer video.
That is a good call and massive oversight on our side.
It's not a massive. That was intentional. Yeah, because we don't have miniatures from our previous campaigns in the Delslayer Bestiary, because it would be way too much. Because we have so much miniatures in our previous campaigns. Okay. But yes, we may add it into like future releases, maybe.
Yeah. There's something about the future releases we discussed is if we're gonna do like dual kit releases. This means you have pieces of terrain and some miniatures. We will be adding also a few slides of bestiary pages. So this will allow you to, you know, have this one sort of way. It's like we should do that with models. Well, I mean, actually with dragons even.
Pledge manager will have stretch goals. Will you be adding ones post campaign? Probably not. We already have like way more stretch goals than we really planned for.
Yeah, we will be stopping at some point. But again, you might be quite sure that we're gonna get a little bit more pieces from us.
Question for Delslayer Bestiary. I noticed it doesn't include your dragons from previous campaigns, but they are included in the Delslayer. Oh yeah, yes, I already read that question. I think he just wrote it again. Hello, on Discord, Simon answered that I have 7 days to check if something is broken. That's mainly for Hom, I believe. Or is it 3 days? I can't remember exactly. But yes, usually we are quite generous. If you do notice that something is missing, like if you just have your package from specifically, more specifically D&L lying around, you don't open it for some time, and you know you get to it, and then you open and something's missing, like an entire box, and you reach out to us, or like a sprue is missing, then yeah, we will usually offer replacements for that.
Yeah, you have to bear in mind we also understand this situation, and you get from us 400 miniatures. It will take at least a month to assemble them if you spend like a few hours a day. So we know that you're gonna get that one, look into it, and then something is missing, something is not there, whatever might happen. So it's not the problem. Just get in touch with us. I mean, we had some people coming back to us after years where they actually had the time to open the packages and there was I don't know, something missing, and they said, look, that's fine.
Yeah, but for like a board game like Hom or like Heroes, there's a lot less time to ask for like a replacement.
Heroes of Might and Magic is slightly different because this is not something we make in-house internally. So the products we make in-house is all the plastic. So everything you see here is made in-house. We pre-paint in-house, we plastic inject in-house. It's much more easy to put in a machine at some point when somebody needed, and then ship it. But in terms of, Hom, we need to place order, and this is actually being manufactured abroad, which means we have to place the order and then wait for that one to come.
Is there any consideration adding Pathfinder 2? Yes, there is. We are planning on adding support into the RPG supplement for this most recent RPG supplement of the Caves. If you can actually check the preview for the supplement, and there is a table for Pathfinder 2e. But yeah, it's not ready yet. But yeah, we are planning for it, definitely.
About the critical role.
Yeah, it's in there too, but there's a lack of information on that system.
I'm not quite sure the Daggerheart is basically open license, or they're going to be locking the license. That's the thing. That's the biggest question, because I know it's getting traction. I can see people actually playing it. I can see a lot of things on YouTube. People talking about this one, about the Daggerheart. The critical role will be carry on with that one. So I'm just wondering what's the status. Maybe if there is an option for do that, we will also incorporate some stats for Dagger Hat.
How well do you think the pre-painted core sets blend into each other if we combine them? Well, they are like very different themes. The actual sub-themes should work relatively well with each other, and the core set they're based on. The actual core sets themselves, they're usually just, well, they're usually a bit too different to blend into them. Like,
yeah, but I wouldn't be worried because everything needs to work around the same kind of shade of colors anyway.
Yeah.
Like I have here, I have completely different sets, right? Completely different sets. Which those ones, and they're actually blending very nice. But not only blending very nice, they also, you can clearly see where you're going in a specific area of this. I think there must be a little bit of visual distinction between them, because then you will end up with everything looking and seen and looking exactly the same. I'm saying yes.
Yeah. If we attain the Spider Queen before the end of the campaign, will there be something else added? This is the final stretch goal, I think, right?
It will be the final stretch goal, yes. It will be the final stretch goal. It's like we added like a lot of additional stretch goals. At some point we just have to stop it, yes.
Just to clarify, whatever I pledge now is just going to end up as credits in the pledge manager if I'm not logged to any particular pledge. Not quite. It's not exactly like this. You don't have credits. This is the pledge manager and the campaign page. But what you will be able to do is you will be able to fully edit your pledge in the pledge manager. But the payment will be taken from your card. You will be charged for like what you pay for.
But he's right about the kind of credits, because that's what you're gonna get for to work out the pledges. I mean, this also works the way that if you pledge for one specific thing, and then you want to change your pledge, you can always go and pick any other pledges. So if you go for the non-painted pledge, and then you change your mind in the pledge manager, you go there and just select the other one.
Not always, because you can't go lower than what you pledged.
Not lower, but yes, you can go on the app.
But you can make any other changes. If it's not lower, if it's equal to or higher, then you can make any changes you want to your pledge. So did the brain release the mystery model? I'm just a spectator. I don't know how all this works. I'm not sure I understand. But yeah, the mystery model is the spider matriarch we revealed.
Yep.
It's on the campaign page right now.
And his spider is almost spider is gonna get unlocked.
Yeah, 33 minutes left. 25,000, well, a bit less now. I understand you have too many to include them, but I was excited for the dragons to get stats. Yeah, we'll have to look into it if it's linked to.
Yeah.
So we can do it for the future. Any translation schedule for books? No, we don't have any translations planned for Delsler or this RPG supplement. It would just be too many words to translate.
That's the thing. I don't think it would be the demand there to actually do that. Ooh, a lot of questions.
Yeah. Will there be a PDF version available for all the manuals for creatures? Yes. Well, there will be a PDF. There is always a PDF available. You are able to download it as well. If you're not able to download a set, please reach out to us. Yeah. But yeah, generally you are able to download the PDFs.
So for the manuals, I've got the idea for the manuals, and we will see how good this idea works. The packaging boxes we have for the miniatures, right? So inside the packaging of the boxes, we could print something and print the manual how to assemble minis. Because at the moment we are providing manuals in PDF on a page, instead of actually physical, and it's down to requirements for European requirements for the green agenda, right? So we have to basically do that way. However, we're thinking about improving that process and allowing people to you get the box, you open the box, you split the box kind of apart in the middle, and then inside you have like full manual. Yeah. So that will at least give you a kind of paper version of the manual, but it's in the box itself. I don't know if you can do that for all the things, because some of the boxes contain like 40 miniatures, and that will be quite large. And the last option is what I was thinking about is to make just one booklet, and that could kind of work like one booklet for all the assembly miniatures and send it out with the pledges, regardless of the size of the pledges. Yeah. Okay. Next one.
Is there any difference between supplement in add-on and in the stretch goals? Yes, the supplement in the add-on section, that's the hardcover version. So yeah, you'll get an actual book as opposed to just a PDF. Purchase Surveyor in during the Pledge Manager. Will it be linked to the stretch goals, or is this only the case during campaign? Yes, even if you purchase it during the Pledge Manager, you will still get the stretch goals.
Is it right the game file to reserve $0 on the credit card when I add the pledge? Okay, so yes, it is right, because your card would be charged literally in 30 minutes. So once the pledge is finished, once the campaign is finished, this is where they start charging the card. So they're not charging before the campaign ends. I'm not quite sure how it works with PayPal and any other means of payments, but that's how it works, at least with the most of the campaigns you will find. Well, every single campaign you will. Yeah.
Maybe a set in the future where the woods have hedge mazes. Yeah, idea. How soon after final payment will the legacy items ship? A couple of weeks, month or more. Final pay in August, but need items in October. I mean, definitely once we start shipping the legacy products, it'll be not soon after.
So the question is about the legacy, right? Shipping.
Yeah, but if you do pick stretch pay and you do also get the legacy shipping add-on, you have to fully pay off your pledge before you're able to send it.
That's true. That's true. You'll be able to actually manually to pay it off if you just pay like 2 or 3 installments and then pay it off everything. You'll be able. That's the timetable, by the way. So start campaign today. We are ending campaign, and then pledge manager we're looking at 25th of June, and 6th of August we're planning to start shipping any legacy. So all those things will be actually manufactured a little bit faster, quicker than the pledge manager itself opening, because we will know the stats, roughly the stats, what to do. So yeah, that's the point when we're gonna be start shipping it. Yes. We did well with the last legacy shipping. I think last campaign legacy shipping was shipping much faster.
It was shipping earlier, like a month and a half earlier. Yeah.
Not the campaign itself, the legacy.
Yeah, the legacy shipping. Yeah, that's what I'm referring to.
So you may expect a little bit faster as well, I think.
The connectors included for the terrain in the pre-painted set, pre-painted 2, or just plain plastic? They're in the color of the terrain set.
They blend in very nicely, by the way. So whether doesn't matter which set you're gonna pick, they're blending very nicely.
So is it okay if you load a copy of the PDF manuals to the D&L's fan page? I think that should be fine, right?
Yeah, do so.
Yeah.
Do so. We don't mind. We're not chasing anyone for anything, by the way. Okay, so that's fine. You can do that. So.
We're not very litigious.
Easy going.
Will you be able to add updates with pics with all the themes and sub-themes in Prismacast before the pledge manager ends? That is the plan, I believe. Yeah.
We will have to do it, yes. That's the plan. We have to do it anyway, yeah. It won't be that long, to be honest, because as I mentioned last week, we just did like 3 sets of terrains. I'm planning for the next couple of weeks to do another 2 sets of terrains, so because I need to have some good updates for you to show you the progress anyway, so yeah. Shimon needed to take pause. 1.5 hours is too long for him. Okay. I'm gonna be entertaining you now. Question: will there be the PDF available for Deus Lair all-in add-on? Yes, you will get also PDF. I think it's on the page. Should be on the page. I mean, we did had a talk about that one with the team to add it in. Let me just check with this. Yeah. So you get free PDF Bestiarian and PDF RPG campaign. So you will get that as well. Thank you, Patrick, for your comment. That's good to know. That's good to know. Okay, let me just scroll up because I'm scrolling down and there is a tons of comments which I'm gonna miss. questions at least. I think the game phone is glitching. I don't see the Duck Dragon listed in the stretch goals. Next campaign. $20K more to Spider Lady. Who is it? Look, less. Well, that comment is probably from a few minutes ago. So the Spider Lady will be unlocked, I think. I think that's real. Yep. So once again, the stretch goals listed in fantastic. Not only we get awesome terrain, but it really feels like we are getting everything to run adventures into the choice, into those caves. Plus the book. Well done. Thank you very much for that. Thank you for that comment. Yeah. It's thanks to you, by the way, because we take ideas from you and you provide a lot of ideas. Are you guys really pleased with how the campaign has gone? Yeah. I mean, the financial result is very good. I'll put my accounting hat on it. But the finalizing result is very good. I've got my other primary goals. My primary goal is to make sure that team here knows how to run campaigns and how we run campaigns and understand all the aspects from marketing to basically how to structure campaign and everything else. And that is the main goal for every single campaign. The experience and people grow and all those things here internally within the business, within the company. Yeah. Some other people would say, great result, financial results. I've got other on the list of the things which I wanted to achieve with this campaign was the primary one, the top one was basically experience, people experience. Then is the financial goal. And we learn a lot, like across the board. I think the team learned it, especially in marketing. Yeah. So the PayPal takes payment immediately, by the way. Okay, that's good to know. PayPal is new thing, by the way. We haven't. It was just like last couple of days before we start campaign. The game founders they phone us and say, "Look, do you want a PayPal?" I was no, look, we don't have a PayPal account. I mean, we do have, but I don't want to work with PayPal for what they did in the past. And they said, no, look, it's our PayPal. We get payment and blah 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 blah. So I said, okay, that's great. Let's do that. Let's try it. Is there any option to change shipping address later on? I mean, who knows? Okay, yeah, that's for sure. So you don't have to, the address you provided at the moment, it's still not rock and roll address. I mean, if this is not your final address, that's fine. When the pledge manager is opened, before you close your pledge, you'll be able to adjust all the data, change all the data the way you want. One thing is to note, even if you close your pledge manager and then if you want to change your address, you have to just get in touch with us. And then, sure, we can actually adjust it for you. Will the legacy shipping add-ons will be available in the pledge manager? Yes, there will be, and there is a chance that it will actually be more. We might add actually more legacy sets. We're getting close to the queen. 21 minutes left. We should get there, right? I think we should get there. If not, is what I mentioned. We will count what is in the pledge manager, but I like this type of comments. I tell you why. There's I did say to my team today, and they'd like, we feel sometimes with this, you know, we live with sometimes with this imposter syndrome. If you know what the imposter syndrome is, Google it if you don't know. And every time when I see those things, this type of comments, this imposter syndrome is just disappearing. And yeah, I like this type of comments. And I actually post one comment on our main forum today from one of you who compare our miniatures models because he was unpacking Deus Ex, and he basically to GW. And I just, you know, I like this type of comments. Really like this type of comments. It helps, really helps us to understand that actually we are doing good. We are doing really good, and there's nothing to be ashamed of, or you know, oh yeah. And from the project to project, it's actually getting better and better. When I say we suffer from imposter syndrome, it's me. By the way, it just, yeah. The former Archon supporters who add a paid miniature received a free one in addition. I mean, if you, I think if you back any of our previous projects, then you're gonna get that. This is the one per backer for returning backers. If you supported any other type of projects previously, right? So that's what you're gonna get. Although, please bear in mind, you might not be able to see it in your pledge manager. At this stage, we will have to add it manually. And yeah, the full instruction and just a reminder will be sent out to you. If you're using different email address that you used previously for campaign, this means for Kickstarter or for Gamefront campaigns, right? When does the next projects from you is ready to pledge? Depending on which project, because next projects we plan to do is the Masters of the Universe. So this one behind me, that one over there, Master Battleground, it's being released to retail, and nowadays we had this a license for USA, and so we expand the license, so that one will be the next one. And then it's another campaign which is the Master of Orion. So that one is actually going to be run in May. We plan to do it in May, but it's going to be quite quick shipment, at least also rapid shipment as well. Yeah. What is imposter syndrome? Google it. It sounds bad, but yeah, it's just, you know, it just, you know, you're thinking about the success of the things you do is just down to not your hard work and everything else. It's just basically down to luck and, you know, not believing in yourself. So I think many people suffer from that. Many people suffer from that, and yeah. That's how the brain works. Sometimes plays the games, different games. Okay. I had Simon Masters the Universe minis and sold it. Can't wait to get yours. That's great. Thank you. Thank you, Stanley, for that. I discovered you guys with Deus Ex. After seeing the quality, I backed these caves. Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for comments. Self-sabotaging your thought. That's right, yeah, that's right. Thanks. Are we there? Are we clear everything? Almost. Look at that. 16 minutes and only 5k left. Mami, thank you very much for your comment. I'm also a big fan of other companies and other competitions, especially GW. I admire what they did, or what they do, and how they work with the community, right?
Yeah, sorry about that, everyone. I'm back now.
Yeah. yeah, it's a little bit pressure. There is pressure in the business. When you run a business, it's a lot of pressure actually. You have to have many hats, by the way. So you have to, you know, today you need to be accountant, tomorrow needs to be somebody else, and have to, you know, understanding of everything around you.
You make minis for Parabellum? Yes, that is correct. That is correct.
Where is that? Yeah, we make minis for Parabellum. That is right. Yes, we make minis for Parabellum, for Mantic, for GF9, for Battlefront. There's a few other companies as well, which they come into us. Yeah, for Parabellum, everything, 100% of manufacturing is made for Parabellum. For Mantic, we do now, I think, majority of releases this year, the last year and this year. So yeah, we make a lot of models for many companies. There's a nice video if you got a few minutes time. I mean, it will be on the update anyway because we have this update, to show you. But you can actually have a look at our factory, how the miniatures and models are made. There's a very nice video on YouTube, and it's made by us with the Gubertan Hobbies. Oh, by the way, with the Gubertan Hobbies, we're gonna make one more video about Prismacast, just to explain the technology behind this one. We didn't want it. Initially, we wanted to do it. Like, I was so excited, but then I got so many mixed messages from competition that the competition is just like zooming what we're doing, and you know, we have to be careful not to sell too much or say too much about the process. But then I had a chat with Brent, and he mentioned that okay, we can make this video but make it a little bit, you know, interesting in different way than actually selling all the secrets. So yeah.
How's that patenting going?
Yeah, I will get there. I mean,
the thing is, someone did mention correctly that, you know, they could definitely also just be a malicious actor that just patents it, and then, you know, they're gonna be like, oh, yeah, we have to pay them now. Oh, we're about to actually reach the
That's it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be. That's it. The question was about the Mexico. We will have a completely new team, sales team in United States, which also gonna be handling B2B, and actually for the North America, not only USA.
Oh, we're about to reach it.
And also the Amazon store, and I think we will grow on that. Our presence in the United States is very limited. Very, very small at the moment. So I think we should be.
Congrats, everyone.
Congratulations.
That's all the stretch goals for this campaign. You can stop backing now.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Still got 12 minutes to finish the campaign, by the way. So
yeah, 12
it's
minutes.
Spot on. We hit spot on the numbers. Thank you for that.
Back since Woodhaven and still using everything. Work with kids, age 7 to 13. They and I love the details and the products, so of course need to back on this to make everyone happy. That's cool.
You wanna?
Yeah, sure. I'm interested in Conquest, but I still buy the minis. They're just great. Yeah.
So this Conquest, this is what because we've been doing so much for Conquest for so many years now. It's gonna be about 2 years or 4 years when we start doing stuff for them. And this is what basically. This idea of doing a war game internally as us as a company, it was growing and growing on me, and yeah, finally I think we just we have to do it.
Need to make Mutant Chronicles Warzone. That is a
long story short.
Yeah, that is a long story.
That's a long story short. That's for the next. Actually, this is good for the AMA for the future.
Look at the Mantic Rail set. It's better for even for more modern styles.
Yeah.
Okay. Please immortalize yourself in a miniature and some staff. We have actually already done this. If you look at the Yahazal the Troll. Do we have it here?
You have it somewhere. It's my favorite miniature. Where's the box? I was playing with the box the other day. So, my team, I told them they got a free hand to design a miniature, and then it's gonna be me as a miniature, myself. And what they did, they designed Troll, which holds a cow. I don't know. So, as I mentioned last time, they had a free hand to design something and design that, so that's fine. The team's got nice minis now, like dwarves and things like that, but I've got Troll. That's how they see me. That's true. If you see any sprue which says made in Poland, and that made in Poland we have to put in there legally, for the that's the demand for the our government to actually have this made somewhere and things like that. So it's made in Poland. If whatever is made in Poland is made in our company. There's nobody else in Europe making sprues, by the way, except Games Workshop. There is a company called Renedra, very old company using very old process, which was called pantography. That's there. But in terms of doing plastic injection miniatures, there's nobody else. So in general, that or China. Although Chinese quality is extremely questionable. Extremely questionable. They will do what you want, but they don't understand miniatures and models, and they will cut the models the way that it's not the best.
Yeah, D&L 7 when?
7. D&L 7 will be miniatures, and it will be next year. Definitely after we ship this one here. We want to make sure that we're there. Minutes, give us one more. Just one more. No, I think we just completely ran out, and we had no time to make new concepts anyway.
FYI, if you don't want to invest in large print batches for Delslayer books, Amazon have a print-on-demand option. That sounds interesting.
I never heard about that.
Yeah, I never heard about that.
Never heard about that, and this is good. Something to note. That's a good call. I've been backing since Rampart 1.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
there's one in the back from the original as well.
Rampart was the first plastic injection projects we had here internally. And back then we just had one CNC machine, right? And then one injection machine. So we were like very small comparing to now.
And like children just like playing with toys and seeing
I was living,
what goes where.
By the way, I was living there in the factory. Physically, I was actually here like almost 24/7. And if I wasn't here in the factory back then, because we had so much, to learn and get this process up and running, I was actually working at home, like till midnight or 2 o'clock in the morning, and then wake up, 6 hours sleep, quick shower, and go back to work at 8, and do that and repeat for almost 5 months. It was then back challenging, really. Still living in the factory, but yeah, Wargames Atlantic is made in USA. That's correct. Yes.
There you go.
Although I'm not quite sure, because they haven't never showed the warehouse and never showed the process, so I don't know. They haven't. They say they make it in USA, but I haven't seen on a sprue saying made in USA.
Renedra is still going strong. They do minis for several companies, including Mantic and Fireforge, and most historicals.
The historicals definitely, yes. I haven't seen any latest tool made for Mantic, by the way. Fireforge maybe some of those things, but yeah. Renedra is they have a very old process, by the way, and very nice. I mean, I really like their process. I mean, although we wouldn't be able to make any tools without it takes 6 months to make them. Who makes the whiskey? It's Spruce China.
Yeah, well, they're expensive because they don't do it themselves. But no.
Don't go there. They're expensive.
They are expensive, yeah. The Facebook estimate was spot on by our community human calculators. Big shout out to those daily updates. Yeah, very impressive.
It was, yes.
Drive-through is one as well, as far as I know. Print on demand. Okay, that's good to know.
Could you possibly use POD or pod from drive-through? What's that about? Print on demand. Oh yeah, sorry, POD on demand. Yes. So.
Hoping Titanomic will be the one after Masters of the Universe. Of Orion, sorry.
I've got this one on my schedule planned for 3rd quarter of 2025. Why? Because I need to have this one fully pre-painted. I won't have the Titans, so large model Titans like this, but they've got to be pre-painted. Right? So they've got to be. And you will only assemble them and also push fit. If we're not gonna get there in the full push fit, then definitely just the on the sprues, but they need to be nicely pre-painted. There is a lot of ideas here, and I have already structure the way we want it. Some things we're gonna be testing here with this campaign also, which gonna be then used for other. But yeah.
Out of curiosity, will we have the stats for the most pledged themes and sub-themes?
Will we have stats for the most pledged teams and sub-teams? What do you mean by stats?
Well, the sets that were most pledged for. Like.
Oh, yeah. We will do that. So, I will just say one more time. If you're still watching or you join later, now, just please subscribe to the channel. You're gonna be able to see my face, or my ugly face, at least every odd week when we do like AMA session. So like this one, when you can ask the questions. But also in that AMA, I'll usually go for type of updates. So it's gonna be projects updates, and then we can discuss about many other things. And those other things usually are some data numbers or how the retail is doing. I do have a very nice report to show you, which is actually coming from. What's the company? It was released on Gamma and it's ICV2. I don't know how much of that I can show you, but it's very, very interesting data to show you where we are in terms of market. So I want to discuss with this one with you. And I like those things. I like talking about those things because yeah.
Sorry, question. I'm doing some Dosler right now, but it seems I'm missing one sprue. Should I write to you? Yeah, you can write to us.
Yeah,
reach out to us, please, and we'll send a replacement as soon as we can.
Yeah, it happens. It always happens. I mean, the target for anything like replacement is usually 2%, and that's what we want to stay on. So 2% of it's a manufacturing, so it happens.
Can you please get the HD image of the major concept art so we can share it with people?
We are the HD image of. Okay, I think we. Not now. Yes, maybe in the next update.
Yeah, because the
pre-painted terrain is a huge advancement. It is.
Yeah, what's the next huge advancement? It's probably going to be pre-painted minis.
Pre-painted minis and sprue-less terrain. Like a sprue-less terrain, we get like box of tiles ready to plug and play. So you won't have to cut them, remove them from sprues. That's the next step. Yeah, pre-painted minis. That's for sure. I want to also, that's the things I want to try with Titanomachy, to have that one as a phase in a Titanomachy.
Have you seen the entry-level Gundam models? They do it quite interestingly. Whereas like they just use color of the plastic instead of like having it pre-painted or like painted.
Yeah, well, that's the things I'm gonna try, because we still have to have a color plastic mech. So imagine that like a steel mech, right? So we can make it in a plastic. We can make it like a silver plastic color, and then use that one to add additional layers of paint, and then you have like a battle damage on it and things like that, and it changed that one into pre-painted model basically. So, but that's gonna be my goal. I want to try that. I think I've got a vision, and I think that vision will work. If not, I'm gonna make it.
It's the first time I do this. I've paid via PayPal. What must I do now? Nothing.
Just wait.
Yeah, you have to wait until the Pledge Manager launches. It will launch in a couple months from now. We will release an update right about soon after the campaign finishes. We'll release an update, and it goes over what are the next steps in the campaign.
Yeah.
Will you list paint colors used for the pre-painted items for touch-ups? If someone wants to paint it themselves, they want to know what colors they want to use.
Good idea. I think we should, yes. That's gonna be in the box. Needs to be in the box then.
I have to go raid in WoW? Yeah, good luck. We'll see you later, I guess. Has all of Dosler shipped? Not yet. We just went over this earlier during the stream. 600
parcels roundabout left.
600 parcels left. Yeah. So a couple more days and you should see a shipping notice.
But join the Facebook group. You can see a lot of people actually working on stuff, on minis and such, yeah. Okay.
Yep. Recycling the spruce so we don't get all that stuff, yeah.
We at some point with the new green agenda, we're gonna have to do it. There is a portion, there is a calculation and portion of stuff we can ship it, and then in that portion of calculations we have to make sure that YZ amount of spruce or plastic which is recycled needs to be included. So less we ship as a recycled plastic, I mean the waste plastic, is better for us. So ideally we like to ship 100% of product.
Oh, 15 seconds left.
15 seconds left. 14.
Been back since Woodhaven, always gotten the biggest pledge. But this campaign is some next level stuff. Congrats on your success in Prismacast. Thank you.
Thank you.
Visiting your HQs on the bucket list.
You're more than welcome.
Yeah, maybe after we move in. Oh, and the campaign is done.
That's it.
End is imminent.
End is imminent.
There we go. There it is. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much for your support. Thank you very much for being with us for so many campaigns, by the way. Some of you been with, you know, from Rampart times and through now, and I hope you're gonna be joining on other campaigns. And the most important bit, please sign up to the YouTube. Then you can actually watch me and we can talk, basically. So that's what we plan to do forever. Being with you and then providing updates. Okay. Now, as I mentioned last time, we might be have to finishing now slowly, but I won't be pushing that cancel the finish transmission button, because I know it takes few minutes of our time before the stream goes back and forth, right? So to the YouTube, right?
Well, it's more like couple seconds usually.
I think so. Okay. So congratulations. Congratulations, Archon. Obviously, congratulations you. That's the obvious thing. Because yeah, without you, there won't be no congratulations. By the way. So,
yeah, tons of stretch goals unlocked in this campaign.
Yep.
More than we were expecting. So
I think the only one thing is I'm looking at this terrain. We are on so many pictures and everything. We haven't shown you. Don't think the pictures and recording show the quality and everything. We're gonna give you. You're gonna get some. I'm 100% sure you're gonna be blown away.
As always, hopefully.
And I can clearly say that even post campaign, but you're gonna be blown away. I am personally blown away with what we did in the last few weeks, especially for those pre-painted sets. This is just like mind blowing. And comparing to competition, I think they just did like a light year jump, right? Comparing to competition. So anyway, I would like to say again thank you. I will see you in just literally a couple of weeks of time. So actually next week, the AMA is next week. So if we get some Sculpt things, I will be showing you Sculpt things. I will definitely prepare some data to go along with the updates, so show you where we were with the previous campaigns and where we are with this campaign. So a little bit of boring talks. And yeah.
And you'll see me in some unknown time in the future. We'll have to see when I'm on next time.
You will have to start doing with the other team more. Maybe I will give you. Maybe we'll give you the next Keyman campaign you're gonna go through.
Oh really?
With the team. Yeah, I'm getting old and tired. So okay, thank you again. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for watching. And
yeah, thank you.
We are going to be seeing you soon. Bye.
Bye.
So how many seconds you think? 5 seconds? 10 seconds?
Yeah, should be good.